Hey folks, Mr. Dell here. We are analyzing box plots, looking at data and talking about the box plot that represents the data. So you gotta know something about box plots, and that's what we're going to learn. So this is a problem from CPM CC3 Section 62626. So specifically number 105, 6-105. Lucy and Marissa each designed a box plot to represent this data set. So here's my data set. And when you're dealing with a data set, you definitely want the data in order to do a box plot. So in order, right? So from least to greatest, and it looks like all my data is in order from least to greatest. So it says their plots are shown below. Which plot is scaled correctly and why? Explain the mistakes in the incorrect plot. So I'm going to start off by showing you how to draw a box plot, and then we'll look at their box plots. There's a few sets of data you need for the box plot. One is the median. So we need to know what the median is. And remember, median represents the middle of the data, right? So as long as it's in order from least to greatest, I can find the middle or the median by counting in or counting how many pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. So I'm going to go 4 in here. So this looks like that's the middle because there's 4 there, right? Or you can count in until you get to the middle. So this right here is my median, right? That's my middle data. So for sure, that's one piece of data we need. So it's 25 is the middle. The other two pieces of data is the lower quartile, called the LQ, the lower quartile, and then the upper quartile. And what are those and how do you find those? The lower quartile is the middle of the bottom half. So this is the bottom half of data. What's the middle? Well, there's 16, 18, then 19, 19, right? So there's 2 and 2. So the middle, the lower quartile is going to be right here, right in between those two. So if there's no number, if there's two pieces that are in the middle and there's no number, you got to find the average of those two. So you add them up, divide by 2, or find the center of 18 and 19, and the center is 18.5. So that's the lower quartile. Upper quartile is the middle of the top half. So the top half of the data right here, that's the upper quartile, right? And so again, I don't know where it's got to be the middle of 27 and 32. So to find that middle, I'm just going to do the work up here. You have to take and find the average, which would be 27 plus 32 divided by 2. That's how you find the middle of two numbers. So 27 plus 32 is 59. So 59 divided by 2 is 29 and a half. So 29 and a half is that upper quartile. That's the center of, that's where that is. So why is that important? Because on a box plot, your box, you have this main pot. There's two box plots here. Your middle is your median. So this median for A needs to be 25, and it is. And then the lower quartile is at 18.5, and it looks like that's correct. That's at 18.5. And the upper quartile would be at 29.5, and that's where that is. So far, the markings are correct. So when you're finding your box, that would be the creation of the box, is your median, your lower quartile, upper quartile. Then how do you find your actual your whiskers, if you will? Your whiskers are the lowest and the highest part of the data. So the lowest is 16, and that looks like that's marked, and the highest is 35, and that looks marked well. So this box plot so far looks like it works. So let's look at the other one, and then we'll compare them. So again, our middle needs to be at 25, and it's at 25, and then at 18 and 18.5, it's there, and the upper is at 29. It's supposed to be at 29 and a half. Well, that doesn't look like it's at 29 and a half. In fact, when I look at this scaling here, I realize something's not right. So the scaling with this, you notice it's going 16 to 18 to 19. All this person did was just list all the data, but that's not how you would write a number line. So what you want when you do a box plot is your scaling needs to be like a number line, and then you put in your data and build your box. So B is not correct. A is, and our reason why or B is not is incorrect scaling. So it's incorrect scaling. So A is the correct one, B is not. Okay? And that's the process. There we go.